Let's VR! This is Amber, and this is my first virtual reality gaming video. I'm going to be playing through the first chapter of Land's End. Land's End is a VR game by Us2 Games, who were the creators of Monument Valley, a very successful mobile game which I enjoyed a lot. So this is their first VR game, and it starts out you're in a cave, and you move by looking at the marker. So this is gaze-based navigation. You don't need the controller at all. So as I look at the marker, I move right to where it was. And so here I am navigating my way out of the cave, and it's really simple navigation. There's only fixed points that you can go to, and you're on rails, so you can't go climb the mountain or go to another part of the beach. You're going to specifically define points that they've set up for you. But it's really cool to move around without having to think too much about complicated control schemes. So this is very simple control scheme by just looking at the marker. So that's how you move around. But the really cool thing about this game is solving these little puzzles. So this is the first one. You look at the triangle and then connect the dots pretty much. So you want to get to that circle. The triangle is the beginning and the circle is the end. And so you connect the dots from one to the other by looking at them. So you're moving this line by looking at the various points. And then when you connect the dots, the door opens, and then you can proceed on into this hallway here. So that's the first puzzle. They get a little bit more difficult as the chapters progress, although none of them are super hard. So this is a really good introductory game. It's easy navigation. The puzzles are pretty simple to solve. But the cool part is the graphics are really nice. You can see I'm looking down on the ledge here. You look up and there's birds flying next to you. And you can imagine in VR this is a lot more immersive. I'm not afraid of heights, but I can imagine if you were, you might have a bit of a fright when you look over the ledge there. But you're not going to fall, so don't worry. And here we are at our second puzzle. And you can see the birds flying overhead, which is really neat. And then when you connect the dots, the door slides down and you can proceed up onto the top of the mountain here. And again, there's really only one place you can go, but now you can look back at where we started the game. You can see that cave where we started, and the visuals here, the graphics are pretty neat. So here I'm solving this next puzzle. And there's no sound. Well, there's sound in the game. So every time this door slides down, you'd hear it, and you'd hear the birds chirping, and you hear the waves. But it's hard to record sound from the games right now because I'm using a screen recorder to record on my Gear VR. All the footage you're seeing was captured directly from my Samsung S6, Samsung Gear VR. And it's hard right now to record the sound, so that's why there's no audio right now, but there is audio in the game. So this is a little bit of a different puzzle. Instead of opening a door, this one is going to activate a portal. So this ring's going to spin around and unlock this portal that now I can gaze at to take me to the other side, to the mountain. This is one of my favorite parts of this game, is to just fly over the ocean, and then here are the birds. And so you're kind of just flying through the air to this next location, and then just continuing on from there. And you can see the beach where we first started the game when we came out of the cave at the beginning. And this part, when I first played it, was a bit scary because when you solve this puzzle, that stone slab there is going to come flying down at you. And when you're in VR, this thing is like flying down at your head, and you can't move anywhere because you just have to stand there and hope it doesn't hit you. And it doesn't, of course, but did make me worry just a little bit. So now we're at the top of this mountain. We are almost at the end of this chapter. The chapters get longer, the scenes to explore become bigger, the puzzles become a little harder, but at the end of each chapter, you have these blocks that you look at and a person pops up from it, and there's 4 of these. And once you activate all 4, then the portal is going to open that signals the end of the chapter. So now we're at the end of the first chapter of Land's End, which is a VR game for Gear VR. Hope you enjoyed this. You've been watching Let's VR. This is Amber. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more virtual reality gaming videos.